Having a quality way to display your Lego can take your collection to the next level. So let's talk display cases. Display cases can add a lot to your collection and make it look like your sets belong in a museum. As we dive right into this, let's make a pros and cons list for using cases. Pro number 1 is display value. From a looks perspective, I always get a good reaction when someone sees a set in a case.
Wow.
This is amplified when it has lights or a custom background. Depending on the set that you're trying to display, some will even come with a stand that will help display the build at a unique angle that makes it look that much better. Pro number 2 is dust. Lego sets collecting dust is a problem for most people, and depending on the intricacy or the size of the build, it can be a real pain. Using display cases can help prevent dust from gathering and give you more time to build. Pro number 3 is that it prevents damage. If you have kids or pets in your house, a display case can act like a shield to prevent unwanted touching.
I'm not touching you!
You're touching me!
This is especially great if you're displaying something that is fragile or rare. You could also say that this is a con because it's more difficult to get your sets out of the case, so in my situation when my kids want to play with something, they can't get it out of the case so freely. Now transitioning over to the downsides, con number 1 is cost. There is no beating around the bush. The number 1 prohibitor from people getting a display solution is going to be cost. If you've saved up to buy a set that you really want, you might not have the money to spend on a case.
I'm poor, I
Yeah, you are.
Brands are trying to be more competitive, but there still is a luxury price tag on display cases. Con number 2 is reflective surfaces. Depending on where your collection is, lighting can cause issues with the reflective surfaces on the acrylic. This is especially the case for a content creator or a photographer who is trying to get videos or photos of something that is in a display case. And finally, con number 3 is space. Display cases will generally take more horizontal and vertical room, so depending on the space that you have, you may not be able to fit a display case. All that being said, once you've looked at all your options, if you decide you want to buy a display case, the next step is to find the right one. Which brings us to our video's sponsor, Shop Pop Displays. Shop Pop Displays is based in the US and has been around since 1979. Though they have more recently jumped into the Lego space, they have been around doing display solutions for a long time. They have many different options for showing off your Lego, including display cases, stands, and specialized cases for minifigures, brickheads, and speed champions. Because of its years of experience, Shop Pop is also uniquely positioned to do more customized display solutions. You can make a custom case where you can set your own dimensions, choose from different base colors, choose a backdrop, and include lights. Let's just say you have an old vintage set that you want to display, but there isn't a case for it. You can set the dimensions specific to that set and add a cool backdrop that goes with the theme or the vibe of that set. Or you might be working on a custom build. You can do cases that are up to 36 inches around. This case was designed to be 3 base plates long, so I could try a bunch of different arrangements. It has a custom printed background with an image that I uploaded, and I opted to have no lights because I wanted to use it for my Winter Village snow globe. Overall, I'm really impressed with this case, and the ease of customizing it was awesome. If you've never bought a display case before, let's go over what to expect when you do. Most cases come ready to assemble and are expertly packaged so nothing arrives damaged. Each panel is covered in a layer of film that you peel off. The case from Shop Pop Displays is assembled with these little metal cubes that go in the corners and the sides, and you just use a screwdriver. It's a fairly simple process. Taking it out of its packaging and peeling off the film takes the bulk of the time. Well, there you have it, the ins and outs of display cases. If you have any questions or want to share about your experience using display cases, make sure you drop it in the chat, and make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you can see when the next video drops.